Hello everyone. These days, Akiya and old Japanese house are very popular right now in Japan. Today, I'd like to introduce a real-life example of a foreign national who purchased an old Japanese-style house in Nishikawa town in Yamagata Prefecture. It's located north part of Japan. It's perfect for anyone thinking about moving to Japan or buying property here. Perhaps you've wondered, isn't Japan known for high prices? Can you really buy a house for an affordable sum outside major cities? Or how do you overcome the language barrier? In this post, I will share the story of Mr. A, originally from Malaysia, and he is currently living in Australia, who tackled these exact concerns. Let's get started. So what sparked at the purchase? Surprisingly, Mr. A has purchased not just one, but two properties in Japan, and one of them was acquired completely free, introduced through a vacant house program at the local town hall. You might be thinking, can a house in Japan really be free? In fact, this is a part of an initiative by rural municipalities like Nishikawa Town that encourages the utilization of vacant homes. They even provide a subsidy of about $1,300 per property at the time of purchase, a benefit Mr. A also made a use of. He found other property through acquaintances and bought it for only $5,000. For those used to hearing about a real estate in the big cities costing tens of millions of yen, that price might sound unbelievable. However, if you know how to take advantage of vacant properties in more rural areas, you can discover surprisingly affordable options. So what drew him to Japan? Mr. A has been visiting Japan regularly for more than 20 years and has come to love spending family vacations here. And one major factor that pushed him to buy property was realizing that real estate in the countryside can be far cheaper than most people imagine. Initially, he worried about how he would even search for property in a place where he didn't speak the language. But when he arrived in person, he discovered the local government, vacant house bank programs, and the cooperation among residents were more robust than he would ever expected. From a school exchange to choosing Nishikawa town. So Mr. A became acquired with Nishikawa town through his child school exchanges programs. When his child has the opportunity to attend a Japanese school for a short-term study program, the family stayed in the town and deeply impressed by the warmth and kindness its residents. Indeed, feeling a strong sense of community can be a huge draw when considering a move to countryside. Mr. A and his family were so taken by the people there that they decided it was perfect place to settle down. So these are the challenges in the buying process and the language barrier. Of course, buying property comes with its hurdles. The biggest issue was their language barriers. Mr. A doesn't speak Japanese, and staff at Nishikawa Town Hall weren't proficient in English, including real estate agent cannot talk Japanese at all, and paperwork inevitably involved specialized terminology, and online transition tools don't always capture the notions of legal or real estate languages. That's where consultants like us come in by acting as international resident foreigners if they want to buy the purchaser between the sellers. We can interpolate and also we can support to whole process to finding the properties to be settled to more smoothly. And feeling resources and supported by the town. Mr. A says that while he felt reassured, no, the vacant home was introduced through an official municipal programs. He was slightly surprised to learn that the final negotiation would still happen directly with the owners. However, this collaborative approach, where government and private individuals work together, seems to be an uniquely Japanese style. Mr. A recalls the people in town were unbelievably helpful, introducing me to contractors who associated with renovations, which he found tremendously supportive. Tapping into local network can really put you at ease. And he bought a second properties. So why he purchased a second properties? Mr. A bought another property for about $5,300. One reason was purely practical, because renovating the first house would take time and he needed a place to stay in the meantime, and another was a choice. His friend introduced him to properties that turned out to be better than expected. So he uses the second place as a home he can live right away. Once renovations on the first house are complete, he plans to use it for larger stays and even invite his friend to experience the rural lifestyle. It's a classic case of learning as you go, with multiple property purchase. And his future plans is going forward. Mr. A might buy yet another vacant house once the renovation on the first were finished. He notes that more of his friends have become interested in owning Japanese house, and there is even talk of buying one together. After you've been through the purchase and renovating process once, you are for better prepared the next time around. Active for buying a vacant home in Japan. Lastly, Mr. A offered some advice for anyone hoping to buy a vacant house in Japan. Spend some time in your prospective area first and get a feel for atmosphere and community and the convenience of daily life. In many rural areas, transportation and climate and local customers can be vastly different from those in big cities. Understanding these aspects beforehand can help ensure a move or a hardly home purchase that you will be truly happy with. He said the people in Nishikawa town welcomed us with open arms. Every time he visited, he felt more like a local. So today's conclusion. How does this story sound to you? Today, we introduce Mr. A, who was successfully acquired a traditional house in a rural part of Japan, 2 houses. So before buying, he questioned whether a foreigner could really own property here and worried about the language barrier. In the end, through making good use for local government support, the kindness of local residents, and our consulting services, the process went very smoothly. In terms of the cost, idea of purchasing a property for about $5,300 or receiving another house for free, plus subsidy of about $1,300 per property, offers a kind of kind of appeal you'd never seen in the big cities. In one of the major drawn of snapping of a vacant home in rural area in Japan. So if you are thinking to buying Akiya or traditional houses, and if you are worried about the language barrier, we can support. So if you have any questions, please feel free to contact us anytime. Thank you for watching. See you next round.